y'all? It's Papa was cracking its D. About to react to this chick's movie. It's titled Joe Budden calls out DJ Akademiks for inappropriate exchange with 15-year-old boy. This is the last video I'll react to about this whole situation. Now we've talked about it to death. But I'm very curious what Joe has to say because he previously worked with Ak, and from my understanding, they have a close friendship. So this is the first person that we're reacting to that actually likes Akademiks, and they actually are like really cool with him. So yeah, because I've only heard Ak speak, very highly of Joe. I don't watch Joe enough to know what he says about Ak, but, based on what Ak says about him, I'm assuming that, it's reciprocated and they have an actual friendship. So, yeah, I really want to hear what he got to say about the situation. Let's watch.
Well, here we are, you guys. Now, over the last couple of days, a lot of you guys have been in my comments asking me, yo, chicks, is Joe Budden gonna speak on Akademiks on his podcast? Will Joe Budden be brave enough to actually touch on it? Pause, by the way. And I'll be honest with you guys. I did not have any faith that Joe Budden was going to speak on the issues that Akademiks has going on. Over the last couple of years, it seems like Joe Budden and Akademiks have a pact to where, hey, if I got some shit going on in the media, don't talk about it, don't post it, and I'll be sure to return the same favor back to you. If you got some ish going on in the media, I'm not going to talk about it on my podcast.
Nah, that's weird if they had that pact. That's fucked up if Joe broke that pact. But that's a strange pact. Like, their jobs are to discuss what's happening in pop culture and the industry and whatnot. So them not talking about it will be so blatantly obvious, and people will be like, nah, you biased. Like, why you not speaking on this really popular story just because it involves your mans? You need to talk about it anyway. It's your job. Do your job. Like, come on. This also makes you look sus, because why you avoiding it so heavily? You cool with this? You condone this behavior? So I think that's a very bad idea for them to do that. So we're packed. Whose idea was it?
We're good. And also, over the weekend, somebody asked Joe while he was on Twitter Spaces, hey, big dog, is there any chance that you will talk about the Akademiks grooming allegations on your podcast? Now, this was on Saturday, January 25th. And the way Joe answered it made it seem like he was not going to speak on it. Here's what Joe said.
It wasn't on my docket, if that's what you're asking me.
To be fair, I think Joe Budden is weird too. I don't have enough evidence to support my my opinion on that, but something is off. And I know, he had like allegations about him, putting his hands on women and, being a woman beater, etc., etc. But I think it goes deeper. I think he's a weird one too. I can't prove it, but I think he's weird. And I'm not saying he's a PDF. I'm just saying I think he's a little strange, a little off. I think he does some weird shit. It's just my gut feeling.
I don't know.
Definitely.
He gang, but the shit was kind of messy.
Remember, blessed space, Joe. Blessed space.
Oh no. Let's stay here for a second, because I like when people do this. Oh, you gonna touch on this on the pod? I'm a supporter. I was a chat. Actually, I kind of got introduced to your community through his everyday struggle. So
exactly.
That's why I just want to see, like, what's the temperature? Like, I'm saying, it didn't look like it was too bad, but
what?
Just didn't know your thoughts on
it.
We gotta see what's going on. I had to have this talk with my dad yesterday because his wife knows how to use the internet. Joey, did you see what happened with Akademiks? Oh man, but I don't typically like speaking on none of that stream chat, back dark Discord shit that y'all got going on over
what?
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
Get a little weird. Yeah, that's not my region. That
don't make sense. What are you talking about? This is a popular story. I'm not, informed about the weird Discord, deep, dark shit, but I knew about this. Everybody knows about this, so you can't put that in the same category. It's a weird take.
I heard his apology though.
But, surprise, surprise, after the news came out today that DJ Akademiks was banned on Twitch, the story then became too unavoidable for Joe Budden not to talk about it on his podcast. And while Joe was talking about the Akademiks Twitch ban, he also went on to call out DJ Akademiks for having that very inappropriate conversation with the 15-year-old boy, Noor. Here's what Joe said.
They're saying Ak has been permanently banned from Twitch.
Ooh.
So
that's my question.
They're also saying that Steak unfollowed him. I haven't fact-checked these things, but just a quick peruse on the phone said that just now.
Damn.
Wow.
Yikes. That's ugly.
Yeah.
Permanently?
What's banned from Twitch mean?
You
Can't stream, can't do
on there.
You're done. You could ban me from using Twitch?
Yes,
It's a platform.
dummy.
They take your account. But the account that
No,
that
but
you
he had, I think, some type of special deal with them.
the account.
No, they
I
could terminate that deal. The hell? Like we don't want no association with you. Okay, this now bets are off.
Twitch. And
You're up here doing some illegal shit. That's illegal to talk to minors in a weird manner. I feel like there's got to be something against that. Maybe not illegal, but it's terrible, and it can make your brand definitely look horrible. So they would have an argument in being like, "This is a reasonable reason for us to terminate the contract." But I mean, I feel like it is illegal.
contract where there's certain shit if any of this happened.
What I will say about that, actually, he put on a master class in how to not handle something.
Exactly.
He did eventually come around,
Yeah.
and say the right things and apologize, and I was wrong. We got to be held accountable, and us streamers have a large audience, so we got to love the kids and be kind. He did all of that, but it was after
the fact.
It was after he said some other things, and part of the other things was, what the fuck y'all gonna do? Cancel me? You can't.
You can't cancel something that you didn't help build.
Which I guess might be true if you're talking about fans, but it's not true when you're talking about companies. You can ask the Fresh and Fit when they got.
It's not even true when it comes to fans. I don't know why some of these, public figures get so big-headed that they think that, they can't be canceled and people can't just turn their backs on you. It happens all the time. You could be one of the top people and people just decide, actually, we don't fuck with what you just said or did. We're done. Look what happened to the baby. And he was on a high at that point. He was super popular, getting booked for every festival. You fucking impressive. You rubbed off on me with that dumbass shit. Getting booked. If you know, you know. Getting booked for every festival, okay? He was on a high, but look what happened. So for him to think that, he can't be canceled is real wild. Especially when you got these new niggas on the block. You got Kai, you got Playboy Max. I keep want to call him Playboy. Blackboy Max, and Aiden. You have these younger streamers who are able to provide people with the same thing that you provide, essentially. I'm talking about popular shit, streaming, talking about music. And they're much younger than you, so kids are going to relate to them more. So I don't think it's that unreasonable for people to decide to cancel you and stop watching you over time. Actually, we don't act. So for him to get that big-headed and arrogant and be like, y'all can't cancel me, I am, hip-hop media, what you gonna do, is crazy to me. He does not live in the real world.
Monetized off of YouTube, and it's a thing. So
Ye said that. Adidas, what they gonna do? They can't get rid of me. And they got rid of him. But he ended up. I'm just saying, companies. I wouldn't go around challenging companies. Right. I wouldn't be double daring companies to cancel.
And the companies react off the people.
Yeah.
Enough noise making
enough of that noise. Y'all think that these companies are not reading tweets and checking the temperament on some of them contracts they got? You are wrong. Let me be the one to tell you.
There's a bigger message here, and I fuck with Axe, so I'm gonna be mindful.
That's the downside to having that kind of stan culture fan. Mm-hmm. The downside is they standing for whatever your action is. So if it's bad and they put enough noise on it, the people that you in bed with that wouldn't have seen it, they see it. Mm-hmm. Now, go ahead. What are you saying, Flip?
No, so the bigger message is that, how
Because they use the certain words
I
like
hate when he
grooming and
talks.
stuff like that. They're just using these
This good
words
person.
that is foreign to
No
us.
shade.
And I hate to say where we come from or how we grew up, and not making an excuse, but you are a product of your environment. Meaning that when it comes to teenage boys or whatever, we encourage them to, yo, get that girl or do that. We had those conversations. It's been like that since I was the older niggas around.
How
me
is
did it
this
with me.
relevant to what he
I
did?
did it with my son. You know what I mean? Not
He
saying
didn't
that-
say, "Hey, just go get a girl." What girls you talking to? That's not the same thing. He asked him, "Would he fuck a grown man?" Are you dumb?
It's right. It is wrong. Now when the
dude.
If you acknowledge it as wrong, then what are you saying?
I'm acknowledging that it's wrong, but I'm saying that it's not.
That's not
foreign.
even the same thing.
That behavior. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not new. You know what I mean? Like if of course
Right.
when yeah.
So,
That's what I'm saying. I think it's wrong.
So we're in a place today where that behavior is being checked and people are being educated on things.
And I agree.
I
And then
think
But you have to learn it. But there are
that's a great
consequences. Yeah, and you have to learn in real time. See, everybody act like they smart and they fucking overnight. They learn how to abide by society rules and shit like that. And what's right and wrong. You have to learn in real time when you talk something.
What?
Especially in the Caribbean.
This was never okay to say should a child fuck a grown man. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? You know
These
what?
things are like you have to acknowledge that nobody wants to go to the source of things. They just want to point at that.
I'm tired of men. I'm tired of men not taking these situations seriously, because if this was a little girl, nobody would be saying this. And I'm sure all of these niggas on this podcast have children. If it was your daughter or your son who was underage, would you be saying the same thing? No. Y'all are so stupid.
I can blame. And I'm not saying anything
Audio.
back. I'm not even co-signing that.
Act was wrong.
He's cool. He was 100% wrong.
Dead wrong.
100%
So
wrong.
what is your
Period.
point?
Point blank, especially if the young man is saying what he's saying. I've seen things like that. That's what I'm saying. I've seen
And
it.
it's cool.
I've never
to
seen nothing like that.
be
That's
wrong
weird.
And then go sit with it by yourself.
Yeah, don't be wrong and strong. That's what.
Or if you want to be wrong and strong, you don't have to put a camera on.
Got it.
You don't have to live stream
weird.
you in your learning process.
Got it. Yeah.
You don't. You could take that.
It's so disturbing because I feel like grown men contribute to, little boys being molested, not being taken seriously. Like they contribute to people turning their back on situations like this and being like, oh, it's a guy, so it's different. And that's so fucked. And so y'all need to get on the same page. That's so sick. Even to have this kind of nonchalant attitude, like, well, stuff like this kind of happens, so I have seen it before, and he is a dude, so it is different. Like, y'all are weird.
Privately, his brand is not speaking to 15-year-old boys like that.
No.
No.
Correct. I'm talking about, you said you don't have to learn in real time with the camera on. I think that's part of his brand, though. Whatever I'm experiencing or whatever I'm talking about,
That's what I'm saying.
I have to cut the camera on. Like, again, this is a different generation.
Who needs to
They
be
don't know how
taught
turn the
not to
camera
talk
on.
like that to a child?
Hey,
That's
you
nothing you need to be taught.
I'm not
Are y'all stupid? I'm not watching.
I'm not here to fucking preach.
Because not too long ago I was saying like, oh, maybe I need to start watching the Joe Budden podcast. I'm not watching it because y'all stupid.
I'm not trying to preach to nobody.
Protect the
It's
children.
difficult to unlearn things.
Absolutely.
So if that is a habit and a tendency where, hey, I'm living my life in front of the camera, so they're just going to see it. I invented that, actually. And where some of us come from, to me, is not an excuse to groom. Like to say, I don't really know what that is. Okay, I understand that and I receive that. I ain't going to pretend like I really knew all the ins and outs
That's
about
what
what
I'm-
grooming is
yes.
either. But I also identified that there's plenty of grown men running around here not knowing that they were abused. As an adult, I would help you learn. Listen, this is wrong. This is wrong.
That's the underlying part right there. Like,
So if you crack a
what
joke,
else
if you
do know?
crack a
That's
joke and ask your 17-year-old brothers, yo, you fucking girls yet?
I'm not.
That's
cracking a
not
joke.
the same thing, stupid.
That's not a joke. I'm asking my little brothers what's happening with you sexually.
Yeah.
It's not a joking matter.
So that-
and if the 15-year-old is sitting there telling you, hey,
I
this
agree
is
with that.
wrong, this is grooming, I'm uncomfortable, you're gonna put us in a case,
Yeah.
then it's probably the time. It's probably the time.
Now, props to Joe for not shying away from having that conversation.
What
Joe
are we
did not
talking
change the
about?
topic. He did not throw in random hypotheticals. He also was not trying to play devil's advocate with that conversation. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was actually very surprised that Joe kept it real. If you guys look around, a lot of your favorite media personalities are not speaking on it. Or they'll quickly change the topic to something irrelevant. It's okay to come out and say, yo, Ak was dead wrong.
I don't watch enough people to confirm or deny that. But if they are doing that, it's sick. So people like, I don't know, Charlamagne the God and whoever else, if they're trying to brush this under the rug because of their personal relationship with Ak, y'all are sick. I would argue that y'all have a responsibility to, you know, report on situations without bias and not like, I can't talk about this because I'm cool with him, and I don't want to say anything negative because I like this person. That's ridiculous. I don't support that or agree with that, but whatever. This is their take. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next time. Bye.